Welcome back to the Fox News Specialists. Our specialists today are Anthony Scaramucci and Lawrence Jones, so we will continue the conversation with them. Americans' view of U.S. moral values are at their worst point in years. A new Gallup poll asked U.S. adults how they'd rate the overall state of moral values in America. Get this, 81% now rate them as poor or only fair, and just 17% rate them as excellent or good. My guess is that throughout history, the poll skews towards poor and bad, but 81%, wow, what are we doing wrong?
I think it's because of social media. I think that we're way more well aware of what a nightmare people can be. Before, if somebody wanted to call me a bad word or say you look gross or you're dumb or you're stupid or you have thin, evil lips, which was a great one that I got the other day, they'd have to actually mail me a letter. They'd have to take the time. They'd have to buy stamps. Nobody likes buying stamps. Now they even have to get up. They can just tweet it out. I think that social media has shown how, especially because they can do it anonymously, how really, really sick people are in some of their brains.
Ebony, this is one of those down-the-middle polls, Gallup poll, 1,000 adults asked, random adults asked. It's kind of disturbing.
And I would tend to agree with it, Eric. I mean, being a good Southern gal that I am, morals and values mean something. I'm proud of them. I like a good moral fabric. I think it really bodes well for us as a country. And so while I'm sad, I agree with Kat 100%. You look at Instagram, you look at Twitter, and those are fun and great social media outlets for one purpose. But ultimately, and I'll go on record to say this, I think it's cost us more harm than good as a society and as a fabric. I really do. I think people become something else when they're anonymous. It brings out the very worst in them. And I cannot say I'm surprised, Eric.
Anthony, I go over to St. Patrick's Cathedral every single day of the week, every weekday. I light candles. I tell people that. They're like, really, you do that? And it's not many people that do. And other people say, and you talk about it on TV as well. What are we doing wrong as a society?
Well, listen, I do it too, and my parents go to church every Sunday. I should be going more. So I still believe in the Catholic Church and have a lot of faith, but I think what Kat is saying is 100% correct. People are doing evil things with the specter and face of anonymity, and I think this is very dangerous in society. My daughter's had death threats because I was involved with the Trump campaign. I've had to get the FBI out involved in this thing and literally knocking on people's doors and saying, hey, are you serious about these death threats that you're posting anonymously on Twitter? So to me, I find the thing completely reprehensible, but I don't see how we're going back. The genie is out of the bottle. And so maybe some of the things that the First Lady's talking about as it relates to cyberbullying, maybe there can be some things put in place. But I doubt it, Eric. I think you and I are stuck at St. Patrick's praying that this nonsense will stop.
Yeah. Lawrence, what do you think this is? I know you work with Glenn Beck, who's a devout religious person. What is the reason for the moral slide decay in America?
Well, I think the church is definitely losing its place in society. It's been shunned. If you're a person of religion, you're not necessarily accepted because there's not a right and wrong now. I think it's a matter of going with the moment and doing what you feel. There used to be a time in government even where religion had a place in government. And right now you're being shunned. And I think that's partly the blame for the churches as well. Some of them are more concerned about their 501c3 status than taking a stance on issues. And I've advocated for churches, get rid of the status and do what you feel is right.
Well, I think that there's religion and morality are different things. You can be a moral person, you don't have to be a religious person. It doesn't have all to do with the church.
And I'm not saying it has all to do with religion, but I am saying that at one point in this country, religion had a place, and it was very influential.
And I'm going to agree with you. Kat, you're right. The two aren't necessarily mutually exclusive, but certainly religion teaches you to have a more powerful moral fiber.
Yeah, there's other ways you can learn that, too.
Absolutely. I'm not
disagreeing.
It's exclusive to religion, but yeah, absolutely. So,
no, I agree with that. I was going to say final thought. For some of us, it can be a good foundation for that. And look, generationally, who are we kidding? That's a big thing, too. And I say that as a millennial. We've got to get back to it. And my fellow millennials, whether it's through religion or through another means, morals and values have to mean something.
All right, we're going to have to leave it right there. Snotty